Thanks, everybody. No matter where you go, there you are. This saying has always resonated with me. And I know it's not an especially profound saying. It's really a cliche when you think about it. But let me tell you a little bit about myself, and maybe it'll make more sense why this has always been meaningful to me. I am that most rare of person, a Tampa native, who lives in Tampa. My parents met at USF in the 60s, and I grew up in a house a mile from the campus where I lived from the time I was born until I went away to college in Gainesville. My parents and I took a trip to Europe when I was 16 years old that I would say is one of the most pivotal events of my whole life. It was on that trip that I got the travel bug. I was bit by the travel bug, and I've been scratching that itch ever since. When I was 17, I got my first car, a rust red 1980 Ford Fairmont that I proceeded to cover with psychedelic stickers and used to follow the Grateful Dead around the country with my friends. And when I was 20, my brother and I went back to Europe without our folks this time, and got to go to all the places and do all the things that we couldn't do with our parents alone. Finished college, I got my degree in English, and the plan was that I would go teach English in Japan. It wasn't really a career choice, it was more a way of delaying adulthood. But it didn't work out the way that I planned to at first, and I ended up on a one-year detour in South Korea, where jobs were easier to come by. And as I've mentioned here before, that first few months in Korea were pretty tough. It was cold and lonely. I didn't know a soul in Seoul, but I got used to it. I made some friends, went on my first trips to Thailand and Bali, and saved enough money to get myself to Japan. Once I was in Japan, I got a job in Osaka, met a girl, made some friends. I would sit around drinking beer with the other English teachers and planning our next vacations. After 4 years, I'd had enough. I took my savings, traveled around South Korea, Mexico, and Central America for 6 months, which is the biggest trip of my life up to now. Well, so far, anyway. After that, I came back, and in a moment of weakness, convinced my girlfriend to come to Tampa and marry me. She's regretted it ever since. When I was 35, we had our first daughter, Saya. And when I was holding that little girl in my hands in the hospital, well, that really changed everything. Last year, when I was 40, we had our second daughter, Mika. And I'm so proud of that little girl. I have to say, when I was in the hospital at 40, I had to do one of these numbers to see her face clearly. So now, here I am, back in Tampa. It's not unusual these days for me to get together with my parents and their college friends and their kids, who are my best friends for my whole life, and now our kids playing together. It's pretty special. So no matter where you go, there you are. And though I don't think I will ever stop believing in the transformative power of travel, I've also come to understand now that there's a real advantage to staying put and to having a home. And so for the time being at least, I think I'm going to stay right here. Thank you.